welcome into another episode of the News4JAGs podcast. Jamal St here alongside Justin Barney. Justin, this is practice number 8?
I think it's 9.
Actually, it's practice number 9. Wrapped up. The first practice since the stadium scrimmage. Practice number 9, officially in the books for the guys. You know what? It was a pretty good day out here for the offense anyway.
Yep.
A lot of 11 on 11, not full pads. But a lot of red zone work and a lot of, I guess, glimpses of things that I think fans can have dance in their heads out here.
Yeah, and I think a good day. I talked to Brent Strange after practice, and he said kind of a scaled down day, but we still got our work in. And I think the passing offense did well. Trevor, I had him at 11 of 18.
Yeah.
A good day for Trevor. He did have a pick, but it was on a tip pass or kind of a deflected pass. But I think a day you want to see coming out of that scrimmage that we saw the other night.
Yeah, look, you got to have balance because you got to remember they have a game that they will have played this time next week because the game's on Saturday. So we're kind of in game week prep where they still have to get some work, especially for those ones that probably won't see the field a ton during the preseason game. But you can't overwork them because they do have to be ready to get out on the field come Saturday.
It's kind of that delicate balance. And, I know last year different coaching staffs kind of have different theories they kind of subscribe to during come preseason time. Are they going to get some reps? Or are you going to use that joint practice as kind of your true preseason gauge? So yeah, it's interesting. I like that we saw the scrimmage the other night in the stadium, kind of some full team stuff with pads, and then to come out today and work on the things that you didn't necessarily do well the other night, like Liam Coen talked after the game about interception the other night or bad plays where Trevor's just got to throw it away if he doesn't see that option. You saw that a few times today where he just kind of airmailed it,
got rid of it
out of the end zone. And that's what you want to see. He specifically said that the other night where you got to get rid of it, and we saw that happen today.
Yeah, look, I mean, it was overall a pretty solid day. We got a chance to see Travis Hunter hanging out extensively at wide receiver. And the one thing that comes to Travis Hunter that I think no one's going to argue with, and it's what makes him spectacular at corner and at wide receiver, is his ability to play the football in the air.
Yes, man.
I mean, even during one-on-ones, Jordan Lewis is a veteran, and Jordan Lewis was struggling. He had my man in a blender out there during one-on-ones. I mean, there was one route where he broke him to the outside, and that was the only thing I was like, well, it was an out-breaking route. You don't want to. He actually set Lewis up to be in a position to make it a more difficult catch because he broke him to the outside, and then there was an out-breaking route. But, I mean, he's just, when the ball's in the air, I don't know, there's not many that can make the sort of adjustments, turn the body, and make the plays that he can.
Yeah, you're talking about those Jordan. He had Jordan Lewis twice in the one-on-ones, and he caught both balls. He just got one foot down on the first catch that he had, which was a phenomenal move. Official called it no good because he only got the 1 foot down. But, man, the moves he put on Jordan Lewis, and he came back and had another catch on Jordan Lawrence as a touchdown, both feet in bounds. And just the shiftiness, contortion of his body, he is just a phenomenal, fun player to watch.
All right, a couple of things to point out. Safety rotation continues. Today was a Dewey day, hanging out with Eric Murray at the top. Handful of 3 safety looks during practice today. First time we've seen that. They ran it a lot with the 2s during the 1s. At one point, it was Savage, Murray, and Andrew Wingard out there in this 3 safety look. So that's something to at least keep an eye on if they want to do more of that, just to kind of break things up. Yasir Abdullah, your 3rd linebacker in base, at least as of right now. So that's interesting, something to watch. A guy who's he's kind of been around but hasn't been able to break into that starting lineup. I know a base starting linebacker isn't exactly going to move the needle, but I mean, starting spot for a guy like that is a starting spot, and that would put him on the 53.
It seems like, and I don't know if you feel this way, but it seems like there's a lot more rotation among situations this year in this particular staff than there has been. You're talking about the exotic safety looks. We've seen so many safeties kind of run in and run out during that. The 3 safety look, completely new. You're seeing all kinds of cornerbacks get reps and stuff, and you've seen those injuries too, but I feel like there's been a lot more rotations or subs to see what those guys can do with those number 1 teams.
Yeah, and the one last guy that I wanted to kind of point out was Tyler Lacey. I mean, he's the beneficiary of Eric Armstead being sidelined. He continues to run with the 1s in that first team defense. And I think going in, he was a bubble guy. He was a bubble guy who now he's on the 53. As far as I'm concerned, the way it looks.
Out too, I think these injuries
have opened up opportunities.
Buster Brown's spot, I think that is. I mean, they signed a guy off the street.
Levi Wallace.
Wallace coming over this weekend. So I think some injuries have opened the door to some guys getting some spots that maybe we didn't think. I mean, we talked specifically about Tyler Lacey not making this roster.
I think being tough.
He is going to make it now. I think it's pretty much a given.
I think it's a pretty locked in. That's why we said we did 2 53s going in, but we'll do one more. and then we'll total up all of our misses from the early three. I actually, looking at it now, I think it's going to be a pretty smooth cut down to 53.
I do.
This 53 seems like it's going to be relatively straightforward. We might get to one or two guys that are different, so where at least our competition between the two of us is probably going to come down to who missed less in the first two, the early editions. So, all right, we've reached that point. All right, Justin, let's do our day standouts. Let's start with defense. Who you got on defense?
Man, so tough. I mean, Dewey played really well today. He had a pick of Trevor off a deflection off of Travis' hands, but I'm going to go Tyson Campbell. Every time he was on BTJ, which was pretty often, he locked him up, and he run it with BTJ, and especially in the red zone and the end zone drills and stuff, man, he looked really good. Tyson has had a phenomenal camp. It's never been about Tyson's skills. I mean, I think we're in agreement his first 4 or 5 games as a rookie were tough, and he has been a different player since then. It's only helped for Tyson, and if he can stay healthy, he's going to be one of the best in the league. He's my guy today. Yeah,
give me Tyson too. I think Tyson had a fantastic day. Iron sharpens iron, and that's what it comes down to, and you want to see those matchups between Tyson Campbell and Brian Thomas, and the two went at it, and Tyson got the best of BT on quite a few of them. Brian did score a touchdown late in practice, but overall, I mean, Tyson had him locked up, had him on an island, not where mail's not delivered, closed on Sundays, whatever you want to call it. Tyson had himself a day. All right, offensive standout for the day. I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence. I think this might have been Trevor's best day. There were a handful of incompletions, but I mean, even some of the incompletions, it was layered through the defense right where it needed to be. I love, just from having watched Trevor this long, when he makes those good decisions in the red zone to throw it away, because that has been something that has been a reoccurring problem for him, where he tries to force it and make the superhero play. So you love to see some of those smart decisions of, it's not there, get rid of it. So give me Trevor Lawrence. I think this might be the best day of camp I've seen from him so far.
I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence too. I'm going to go with Trevor as well. 11-18, great day passing and stuff, and I think a bounce back day for him in terms of, he threw that early interception. He threw 2 out of the end zone, which was really, I think, on command when he didn't see a play there. So I really think Trevor Lawrence stand out today for me. And
I guess we didn't mention the interception until now. Let's talk through that for a second, because that was a short pass to Travis Hunter. The ball goes off Travis Hunter's hands and goes into Andrew Wingard's hands. So while, yes, it was an interception, but that's one of those where you watch it and you're like, it's tough to put that on the quarterback when it literally went through his guy's
Trevor's
hands.
had 3 picks during camp, and 2 of those, the one to Chad Muma, was on a really bad day for the offense. That was a tip pass.
It was tipped at the line.
And today's was off Travis Hunter and into
So
Dewey's
2
hands.
of the 3 interceptions have literally come off of another player's hands. You know how a tip drill can go. The ball can go anywhere. It just happened to go to the defender. The one that was bad was during the scrimmage. That one went to Zachariah McPherson. Liam Coen was quick to kind of write that off as he should have thrown it away. The pacing of the route was off. The defender made a nice play. But we haven't seen those sorts of mistakes. So give Trevor Lawrence our player of the day. If you want more Jaguars coverage, make sure you check out Instagram. You can find Sports4Jags over there. There's plenty of stuff there. You can also track it down over on News4JAGs.com. You want pictures, you want video, you want interviews, we've got all of it there. Just go to News4JAGs.com, click on the handy dandy sports page, and you'll be able to track it down. And hopefully we'll see you guys next time.